It's the gift giving season, and you guys, it's time to shop for friends, family members, significant others, sometimes even your colleagues as well, because you have Christmas parties or secret Santas to go for. Honestly, it can get very overwhelming sometimes because you gotta shop for the right person within the right budget. Like, does it weigh up? You know, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna help you guys out, and I'll be splitting this into 5 chapters. So the first one is for your colleagues, second one is for best friends, third is family members, fourth, significant other, and the fifth one is for the beauty enthusiast. Now, between you and me, I think you're watching this video because you're a beauty enthusiast as well. So a little, you know, heart-to-heart talk in a sense, or treat yourself moment. I'm not gonna judge you. Everything that I'll be mentioning today, I'll put a link down below, and if there's any discount codes, I'll include it as well. First up, we have our colleagues, the people we see the most in our day-to-day life and probably have the most interaction with. Some of these people we genuinely like, you know, we vibe, that kind of thing. But some of them is like a no kind of thing as well. So what's a gift that's universal enough and inoffensive? And let's face it, we are probably not trying to spend too much either. I personally feel that lip balm is a great gift for colleagues because if you're stuck in an air-conditioned room, sometimes your lips can be very dry and chapped. Torridon Solid In Lip Essence. This is actually a colorless lip balm and it's very easy to squeeze out. It's in this plastic packaging, and the formula itself, not goopy, not sticky. It actually sinks into your lips really nicely. And because it's colorless, you can gift it to a man, woman, whatever, you know, that kind of thing. So I think this is a great gift. And again, it's in a plastic packaging. You don't really have to be very conscious of whether the product will shatter or not. And also because it's small like this, it's very easy to put into your pocket. Now, this is actually coming at a very affordable price point. I would say somewhere between $7 to $10 depending on where you get it. I do know for a fact that OLIVEYOUNG does sell a dual pack of this for I think about $14 or $15. So if you want to split it, give it to 2 different people, you probably can go with this. Hand creams are also nice little gifts for colleagues. I bet every K-beauty brand has a hand cream of their own, from very affordable ones for as low as $2 to something that's very pricey as a Muse for about $20. You have everything in between, and depending on how much you like the person, you can give the hand cream of whatever value it is to them. With K-beauty hand creams, they usually will have a slight perfume scent to it, generally a nice scent. Usually it's light, floral, airy, it depends. I would say that if you're going for a hand cream, go for something that smells very inoffensive because scents again are very personal. So I find that normally I'll go for either baby powder, cotton, or something with a linen kind of scent to it. Generally, these 3 are quite safe. And for your work bestie, for someone you really like, you want to treat them to something very nice, then the D'Alba White Truffle First Spray Serum. Now, I know a lot of people are actually talking about this at the moment, and you can see I'm about to finish mine as well. I do have a backup bottle, so I am personally happy that I have that. This is a great serum spray. You can leave this on your desk, and it's actually very moisturizing. It's great for situations where if you're in an air-conditioned office, you feel like throughout the day, your skin is getting dehydrated from the inside. Then you can spritz this on, and the mist of this is super fine. Nothing is spitting at you, it's just like a nice fine mist. And then on top of that, the scent of this, so good. Oh, it smells like a spa, so you can like momentarily forget that you're like locked in the office. So I think this is a great spray, and you can spray it on top of like sunscreen and makeup as well. It doesn't disrupt the layers underneath. Just gotta make sure that you shake up the bottle because usually there's like a layer of, I believe it's truffle, that yellowish layer, and then the serum below. So you get a color like this, and then you can spray it on top. Really nice serum spray. I know this one comes at a higher price point depending on where you get it as well. I know it can go as low as 20 Singapore dollars here in Singapore when it's on sale, but on OLIVEYOUNG global website it can go as high as 40 US dollars. So notice the price discrepancy. So yeah, highly recommend D'Alba First Serum White Truffle Spray. I love it. And yeah, if you want to get it for yourself as well, stamp of approval. If you're finding this video helpful so far, make sure to hit that like button down below so that this would tell YouTube to send this video out to more people to learn more about these recommendations. Next up, we have your best friend or your good friend, and you want to give them something thoughtful and nice, something that they will actually use. So for this, I would say it's a little bit of a more trickier situation, and you gotta ask yourself, how much does this person actually use beauty items on a day-to-day basis? Because I know for a fact that I have friends in my life who don't even have a skincare routine. Sometimes some of them forget to wear their sunscreen in the morning, which is crazy to me. But again, it really depends on individual to individual. The ones that I recommend are from Mediheal. These Mediheal masks are really, really nice. I think these are the more lower budget ones. I think they're about $1 or $2 for a sheet. But this one, the NMF ones, and in this like translucent jelly looking ones, this blue one is so good, but I believe it's $4 a piece, which is, it's a little bit steep. For sheet masks, I prefer to keep it around the $2 max kind of thing. But when I was in Korea, I said, heck, let me just treat myself. So this one is actually really, really worth it. I really like it. They sell in a box of 5 as well for this one in particular. And this just helps to make your skin super glowy and moisturized inside and out the very next day you apply it. So good. I highly recommend this. And value-wise, it can be something very affordable or something that is also extremely expensive. So this one has a little bit more flexibility and also depending on your own budget as well. If you live in a humid environment, sometimes we forget how shiny and oily we look like. So sometimes I would give my friends a oil sebum pack, not trying to insinuate that they are oily or whatever, but I know there are times where my girlfriends will be like, hey Crystal, do you have some powder with you? I just want to get rid of the shine. And generally, I wouldn't recommend using those like oil blotter papers that are bluish in color. Yeah, not the cutest. Yeah, I don't recommend that, especially if you have makeup on. So a oil sebum powder pack like this is great. You can get one that is an actual pack like this, so it's like a solid form, or you can go for one that is something that is loose as well. This is a very, very old version of the Innisfree one. Don't judge me, okay? But yeah, something like this as well is really good. This can also double up as a powder to remove the sebum in your hair. If your hair gets very oily as well, you can just take some and just pat it in the center and kind of freshen it up a little bit for a couple of hours. Also, this is pretty universal. Even though it's like white in color like this, right? There's not really a shade to it and it just blends out into nothing. Maybe like a light tint of whiteness to it. So this is great, and you don't have to worry about whether it will match their shade or will it look right on them. Sometimes it's a concern of mine when I try and buy like colored cosmetics for my friends. Different brands have released different powder packs at this point, so you can go for something as affordable as Peri Pera. You have Etude, you have Laneige, Wig Make, and so much more. Okay, this is very important. Let me further explain why I would avoid colored cosmetics. So we're talking about powdered foundation, liquid foundation, concealer, eyeshadow, blush, all the sexy, fun things about makeup. I generally would stay away for buying it as gifts for family and friends. Only reason is because I don't know how the colored product will actually pull on their skin, because depending on how light and how deep their skin tone is, it can end up looking super duper flattering on them. It looks amazing, the pigment shows up and all that kind of thing, or it could just not look great on them and they're stuck with a white elephant, which obviously I'm trying to avoid. So I would say avoid getting color cosmetics because you really wouldn't know how it will look like on them unless they specifically request like, hey, can I get this for Christmas, this particular product in XYZ shade? Then yeah, sure, go ahead. But if not, I'm just like, I don't know. And whether it's something within their comfort zone. If you're looking to give K-beauty products at an affordable price point, especially makeup, then I highly recommend you guys checking out this free guide that I have for you. Essentially, it's 3 different K-beauty brands at affordable price point, plus 3 different products from each brand. Very, very useful, very helpful. So if you're a babe on a budget, go and check that guide out. For family members, usually I'll splurge here a little bit. I would normally go for 1+1 deals, or if not, try and get like a full skincare set. For 1+1 deals, I will usually go for OLIVEYOUNG because they have really good deals for 1+1, and when you split it among like the family members, the breakdown in cost is much better and everybody's happy walking away with something that is really nice and excited to try. And for skincare sets and routines, I highly recommend checking out Wishtrend's official website. The deals over there, crazy good, especially during Black Friday. They even mark it down even more, and things that cost individually for maybe $20 ish, it will drop all the way down to about 10-ish US dollars, which is literally a 50% off. Granted, you're buying like a whole skincare set, but if you were to kind of stock up during Black Friday, I kid you not, those routines will last you throughout the entire year, or at least until the next time Black Friday rolls around. Plus, the good thing about shopping on Wishtrend's site is that they usually will give sachets of other products for you to try out. So it's great for you to test it out. Maybe you want to go traveling, you're going to the gym, you need something that's small and convenient. I love using those sachets because they come in clutch a lot of the times. And generally, I had a really good time with like Wishtrend skincare items. Next up, the significant other. Now, I gotta be honest with y'all. This is where I lack experience in because never had one. If I were to come up with a hypothetical man in my life and I'll be giving him something that's beauty related, right? I think the first thing would probably be face wash. I realize most guys actually do have face wash, surprisingly enough, but they are always picking face washes that are extremely oil stripping. Because I had this conversation with a lot of guys and they'll say like, oh, when I wash my face, it feels super dry and it's squeaky clean. And I'm like, stop right there. Between you and I, we both know that that's not supposed to be happening. So some of the facial cleansers that I've tried out include the Tokto facial cleanser, I believe it's from the acidic peel black wash. I totally forgot the name, but I'll definitely be putting images up for you to see. I do like the COSRX Good Morning facial cleanser. I've tried their salicylic acid one as well. I know both of them are getting kind of like mixed reviews online. Some people like it, some people don't like it, some find it too stripping. But for me personally, I think it's actually done a pretty good job. I know some of the guys don't like to have multiple steps, so if you just want to give one over and done with, just give one. Because I think in their head, they're like, I don't need time for this to have 2 facial cleansers. It doesn't matter to me, that kind of thing. So yeah, take your pick. Go for something that is not so oil stripping. Other than facial wash, I would say get them sunscreen. Now, I need to hear your opinion on this because I realize that a lot of the guys in my life do not like to wear sunscreen. For some reason, I am not really sure why. I had this conversation with multiple guys in my life and be like, hey, wear sunscreen. It's supposed to protect your face from the sun. And they'd be like, no. I'd be like, why? Because they said, I don't need it. So yeah. And then after that, when they come crying, saying that, why is my face so red and itchy? Oh, sweet summer child. You got sunburned. Now, this is a blanket statement, but I also realize that a lot of guys, even though they have face wash, they don't really have like a skincare routine. So just a face wash and like that's it, out the shower. They don't apply moisturizer, lotion, whatsoever. Most of the times, their skin is dehydrated on the inside. So I wouldn't go for a physical sunscreen. I would go for something that's either a chemical or a chemical-physical hybrid. That way, at least they have that little bit of moisture from the sunscreen, I guess. But honestly, how much can they moisturize from the deep dehydrated skin? I'm not really sure. But something at least that's not so stripping of the skin, because based off my personal experience, I find that physical sunscreens are not it for me because it's just too mattifying, too drying. My face feels so dehydrated by the end of the day. I have 4 product recommendations to run through, so I'm gonna go quick. First up, the Lily by Red Smiley Lip Blending Pencils. These are so good. They are probably the best K-Beauty lip crayons I've ever tried. I know this type of product is also very viral right now, and I've tried a handful from other brands as well. And by far, the Lily by Red ones are my favorite because 1, the color selection of them is muted in nature. They all have this very grayish undertone, and personally for me, I have very light grayish lips. So sometimes with the other shades from other brands, I realize that they have this strong white pigment to it, and it just ends up looking like very pastel or very bright. I just need something to tone down my lips and give that nice natural looking contour, and these definitely do deliver. I started off the year with one shade first, which was number 1, and then eventually by middle of the year, I decided to get 3 more. So I have number 2, number 3, and number 6. So now I have 4 of them with me, and I'm just so happy with these that I never really reached out for another lip crayon because I'm just busy using this. So they are kind of like a demi velvet matte kind of finish. Not a flat matte for sure, but there's still a little bit of a slip to it. And then when it sets on your lips, it does not budge until you start eating or drinking, and then you have to reapply. But reapplication is so easy with them, and yeah, so good. I love this lip pencil so much. And if you love to do a glittery eye, you want to check out a liquid glitter. This one is a little bit more on the pricier side. It's not as affordable for a lot of typical liquid glitters, but this one from Code Glow Core, this is their L Bling glitter, and I have this in the shade Love Splash. This one is so stinking pretty. Now, I believe this has been repackaged and also rebranded in a certain way. But the reason why I love this glitter so much, right, is that there are different sizes of glitter particles in the liquid glitter itself, and it's so reflective, so wet. I love using this to kind of dot on top of my eye looks, and it just adds that dimension to it. I feel like with a lot of more affordable options of liquid glitters, they do not give you the different particle sizes of glitter, so they end up having tiny flecks of suspended glitter in the liquid, which can be very beautiful as well. But if you're looking for something with that little bit of oomph, a little bit of that dimension, I highly recommend checking out the Code Glow Core liquid glitters. And yeah, super pretty, but a little bit more on the expensive side. And if you're into the liquid blush trend, I will highly recommend checking out the House of Her Moist Ampoule Blushes. I have mine in number 2, Deep Plum, and this is one of the most pigmented blushes that I've ever tried so far from a K-beauty brand. Especially if you're someone with a little bit more melanin in your skin, this will look beautiful on you, and a little bit really does go a long way. I love the formula of this, and I do want to try out the other shades as well from them. Look at, right? It's so good, and it really helps to add that vitality into your cheeks when you dot it out, and when you sheer it out, it's just like a nice wash of color. So obviously you can go as intense as you like. You can build up the layers as well. And it does have a soft, subtle sheen if you do not set down your face. You just leave it on your cheeks. I really, really like this blush a lot. It does not like disappear throughout the entire day. It just stays there. And really very, very impressed with the House of Her Moist Ampoule Blushes. I do hear like mixed reviews about this as well occasionally online. So I think it might depend from shade to shade. So that's why I kind of want to try out the other shades as well. But for me, personally, number 2, Deep Plum, very good. And the next item is not a makeup item, but a hair care one. This is the Mise en Son's Perfect Serum in Styling, the pink bottle. Now, if you've been on my channel before, this is actually a repurchase for me because I actually did use both the original and styling version in the older bottle and older formula. And after I finished those 2 bottles, I kind of wanted to try something new, something different. So after going through different hair lotions and hair oils, nothing really did hit the same as this one over here. I still prefer the styling one because it just helps to dry my hair a little bit faster because I blow dry my hair every night. I know some people say like you shouldn't be washing your hair every day, but if you live in Southeast Asia or any humid country, I think it's borderline almost impossible to not wash your hair for one day and for it to not smell the very next day. It's really, really difficult. So I have to wash my hair every single day and blow dry it to speed up the drying process. And this definitely comes in clutch. My hair feels silky smooth whenever I use this. With the other hair oils and hair lotions, my hair never really felt that smooth at all. So this is really, really good. Plus, it's on the more affordable side of things. This is not as expensive as the Honey hair oils. That one I do like as well, but I think for the price point for what it is, I think I still prefer this a lot more. Let me know what you guys think of these gift giving ideas. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you have your own ideas, drop it down in the comment below as well, because maybe we can exchange ideas and I might give my friends something new this year as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video, which you can check out over here.